Hello, friends. Hello, guys. Hello, replay watchers. It looks like you are who is with us right now. If you don't see a red live box up in this corner, then this is a replay and you have missed the live broadcast. However, it's sure to be an interesting time today, as I do have some special guests with me. We've got triple trouble in the house here, double trouble. Paul and Luke down here below me, and then I'm the triple. I'm the trio. I complete the trio of trouble. My name is Heidi. You should know me if you're right here on my page. If not, welcome in, welcome in. I'm just going to share this video out where I need to put it before I jump back in with everyone. But I see you jumping in. Carol King, hello. Hi, Kelly Barker. Hey, Lynn Green. Hi, Robin. Hi, Vanita. Jody, yes, you found me, darling. I know I'm a few minutes late. Leave it to me, but I will always show up, okay? So we are here with you guys, and I thank you for joining in. I want to say this is an 18 and over broadcast, all right? Because I'm an 18 and over kind of girl. Sometimes I cuss and I vape, and sometimes we talk about sensitive things. So if you're able to share this video out 18 and over only to a group where it's allowed or to your story or timeline, that's great. But hang out with us and see how you enjoy the broadcast. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I'm Paul.
I'm Luke.
And together we are Double Trouble with the third one. Now we are Triple Trouble.
Yes.
And as you can see, their t-shirts say it all.
Yes.
The three of us all got the same t-shirts on. You know.
It's a three-way threat match.
Yes, it is.
And now
yes,
I'm just going to give this to my mother-in-law, but so she can actually watch it live as well.
We have this live in our studio at home in Scotland.
Oh, right. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Fantastic. We are excited to have her here with us. We are excited to have everyone who's tuning in with us today. So welcome in, friends. Welcome in. My name is Heidi. Heidi Corona, Spirit Speak Psychic Medium. Heidi is the name that I go by. I'm in California, in America, and these are my good buddies, Paul and Luke, who are all the way in Scotland. So we are in 2 countries, 3 mediums, 1 spirit, 1 purpose, 1 love, friends. We are doing free readings here as drawn by spirit. We all practice a little bit differently. Paul's going to get us started by seeing who he's drawn to and asking for 3 colors so that he can complete your wax art. I want to show you a couple of mine. This is one that Paul made for me, and I freaking love it dearly. I have quite the collection, you guys. It does no justice. Just wait. You'll want to order your own. You'll want your own in your hands so you can keep it in your house. And if you do, you can message Double Trouble at Home directly so that you can arrange to just pay for the shipping and whatever that is. So it's very nominal and very worth it. And I would encourage you, if you are one of the lucky ones to get a wax art from Paul, think about purchasing that from him. Paul, do you see anyone you're drawn to there?
Yes, I am. I'm actually quite drawn to Robin Walters Dyke.
Yay, Robin. So Robin Waters Dykes, he would like for you to give him 3 colors.
And if I can also ask if you can refrain from putting colours up until your name's called, because otherwise it clogs up the message board.
Perfect. So he's going to get that info from Robin and then get started on his process. And we will see where we're going to go from here. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Lorraine. Hi, Kim. I see you guys jumping in here with us. I am so excited to have you here today. Welcome in. Welcome in. All the readings that we are doing here for you are free because we're friends and we love doing this kind of stuff. So we're going to just do it here together for you guys and give free readings all the way around. So make sure that you follow my page so you don't miss me. Follow Double Trouble so you don't miss them. Okay. Are you guys, let's see, able to drop your link into the chat?
Yeah, I think is it in the private chat you go into?
No. Where it says type a message.
What's that?
If not,
I can't see where you actually put the.
I'm gonna do it right here. Don't worry about it, guys.
Okay.
You just talk. You talk and keep them busy right now. Entertain our guests.
yeah, so it's really good to have you all here. And as Heidi said, two countries, all in one spirit. And we hope you really enjoy it. If you can, give us reviews at the end. Heidi reviews, us reviews on our page or Heidi's page. And I know Heidi would share it, and we'd share it as well. So if you can, that would be fantastic. Heidi's just put our details up, so I'm going to go off now and do these cards, and I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of the King of Crystal and the Queen of Cards.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't know if that's a clickable link, you guys, but don't you worry, because we will most definitely update that for you. In fact, I might be able to, no, we'll have to update that for you. I'll add it into the description after this live has ended. If you're not able to click that link, okay? But it's Double Trouble at Home. That's Paul and Luke Gashard. You should know who they are. If not, stick around and experience all of our vibes. Yes.
But okay, I'll see you all soon. Yeah, we'll do.
Right. Oh, Heidi, where do we go from here? Right.
Cindy
one
says
of my dear friends I read for the other day did say, Luke, when you come on to our show next time, could you please say, don't forget your pack of tissues, because she had to use her t-shirt to wipe away the tears after the link.
It like that, it's when you go like that.
So, people, make sure you got your tissues handy, just in case. Right. Now,
sometimes spirit does bring in those emotional messages, right?
And there's not a lot we can do about it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's just all part of the fun and games. Oh, Paul says he wants his back. There you go. Right. Well, I'm thinking maybe I could kick off with the Black Messenger.
Sure.
The Dark Messenger. Here he is. This is the Dark Messenger, one of my many crystal balls. And let's have a look. Where do Spirit light up someone's name, Spirit? It's always nice to know where we're going. And I do think there was one name that flicked up there. Dark Messenger, Lynn Green. Oh, here we go. Lynn Green. I feel very much drawn to you, Lynn. So here we go with the Dark Messenger. Right. Okay. Let me just zip into your energy. Okay, here we go. Right. I am seeing in my crystal here. Now, everybody knows I am a great fan of Western movies. Okay, John Wayne, you name it. If John Wayne's in it, I'm going to watch it. And strangely enough, it's almost like I'm looking at a John Wayne movie, because here he is riding out front, and I feel like I'm sat in a covered wagon. Okay, and there is like 4 horses in front of me, and I'm holding on to this leather straps like this, and I've got someone sat next to me with a shotgun, giving it like that, obviously looking for something coming over the hill that doesn't involve any trouble. And when Spirit shows me a image like this and almost puts me into the image, I know that this is an important message that Spirit are putting out. And when I see a covered wagon, straight away, I think, there is me in this covered wagon. I'm rolling up the prairies, and the grass beneath me is green. So there's an immediate message from Spirit here. It is telling me that I am about to enter into a new phase of my life. Fresh green grass is the first thing you see at the beginning of spring. It's like, hallelujah, winter's over, right? So one phase, like winter, is coming to a close. And if I listen out behind me, I can hear the doors of Wentworth Prison from the Prisoner of Cell Block H TV series slamming shut. And in front of me, I am seeing this fresh grass, bright sunlight, and I know that I'm about to begin a new phase. The covered wagon tells me that this new phase is involving me going on a journey. And I don't mean that I'm just going to go and pop down to Asda Superstore and get my shopping for the week. This means I'm going somewhere much further. Okay, so for those of you who don't know Asda, I think the nearest thing you've got to Asda in the States is probably Walmart. It's where you can get everything at a good price and there's lots of bargains, and you always come back with a pocket full of change, apparently. Okay, so Lynn, this is telling me that at the end of all this hardship that you've gone through, and I know and I can sense that there has been many, many dark clouds around you, because Spirit are showing me what I would consider to be thunder and lightning clouds and torrential rain, which means you have been exposed to a lot of negative energy, a lot of frustration, and literally this decision to stay, to go has really been tearing you apart, because there's the comfort of I can stay where I am and I know what I'm dealing with, or there's the unknown. If I step out of my comfort zone, I ain't got any way of coming back. But the fact that Spirit have shown you a nice summer breeze, blue clear sky, and you're in a covered wagon means that they are saying very strongly to you, Lynn, you got to pack your bags, you're moving. And I don't mean an overnight bag. I mean, get everything put in a crate and get it in the back of your covered wagon. You might need an extra 2 horses because you got a lot of stuff to pack. Yeah. And you got to do it on a wing and a prayer. We're talking about you need to have a lot of faith in Spirit. Trust them to take you to the right place. And one of the things that I'm being shown on here is that Spirit have shown me a box. It's wrapped up in what I would consider to be gift wrap paper. And it's got a nice red bow tied at the top. Now inside, if you pick it up and you shake it, okay, it's like, I don't notice anything in here. Okay, it's like a box full of air. But then think about this. If Spirit are giving you a gift, do you really think they're going to give you an empty box? What Spirit are saying here is, don't just look with these eyes. Trust in Spirit and look with this eye. And when you look with this eye and see through the box, you'll find that there's more in it and more to the eye than just fresh air. It is a surprise. It is a journey into wonderment. Fresh air in your lungs, sunshine on your back. That is a gift that Spirit is giving you. And most importantly, if Spirit are said, pack your bags, that means pack your bags. Because you want to be making this journey while it's nice and sunny. This ain't one to make when it's wintertime. And you only got a few weeks before winter starts coming back.
Oh, damn.
Okay. So, yeah, Lynn, Spirit are saying, get your sneakers on. And yeah. And there is one person that I can see in Spirit. Okay. And he's coming in. Now, this guy looks quite a young chap. And I see him. I actually see him in uniform. Now, this guy looks like Now, I'll be fair, I don't know the difference between a Marine and the Army in regards to the uniform, but I'll just say this guy is in what I would call a Army uniform, and he's got like that peak cap, round sort of, a bit like a baseball cap, really, if I could describe it like that, a military baseball cap. And he's come in and he wants to say to you, would you like some help? He wants to pack with you. In fact, I'm pretty sure this man wants to come along with you. Because he's saying to me, if my best friend is packing and going, then I'm darn sure I'm going with her. Okay. He's not giving me his name, but you know this man very well indeed. And I'm thinking, I have the initials I'm seeing in front of me. ATC. ATC. I don't know what it stands for, but ATC. That's what I'm seeing in front of my eyes. ATC. And he is very, very well known to you. So the initials ATC would give you the name of the gentleman concerned. And he wants to come with you. He wants to make sure you're well looked after and that you're protected. So he says he's going to pack with you and bring you along. So maybe he's the guy that's going to be holding the shotgun on your covered wagon. ATC. Okay. Right. An ATC is not his initials. An ATC is where he knows you from. Let me think. Army Training College. It's a college where you learn to be a soldier, and particularly officer. That's what I'm getting from there. Okay, Heidi, I'm going to pass this over to you. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. That was such a beautiful message for Lynn. Lynn, I've got some things for you. And there's a couple people who dropped some questions in the chat. I have some cards for you too, so don't leave. Lynn, I want to give you real quick what I got as Luke was jumping in with you. So I got something from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. The card is number 7, Choose Your Battles. So I see this person looks so small compared to all these big giant problems, right? So Lynn, I want to say that collectively you might feel like kind of small compared to all your problems. Like there's this to do and that to do and all these different things. And it makes me feel a little bit ill-equipped to deal with everything as a whole. So Spirit is saying to piece these things out. You see how they're shaded in different colors? If you can just focus on one thing at a time and address that as best as possible in that moment, that will help you to maneuver more effectively through these things. And some of these chapters will be closed. So you did get 3 cards. It's funny, there's 3 faces on this card about choosing your battles, right? And 7 is the number of truth, all right? You've got to stand in your authenticity and your truth, because what is true is what is lasting. So you got 3 cards to kind of talk about how to deal with some of these things, because there are many different areas that need addressed, right? Because we have multifaceted lives. Okay. So the first card that fell, Lynn, is the Knight of Wands. So some of these things require action. Okay. I must take action. I have to turn things around, and it's up to me to decide to do this and to use my wand effectively to create the change that I desire in one of these areas, right? In another of these areas, you got number 13, Death. This is final endings, closing that chapter, knowing when to let it go. Okay, this is enough. I'm done with this, and I'll close this door and close this chapter and walk away once for good, once and for all for good. Now, the next one you have is number 21, The World. Some things require you to think more expansively, to think more experienced, and open your mind to different thought avenues, threads of thought, ways of being. This is experience. This is not like the same old stuff that I've always known. This is, I'm grown, I'm wise, I'm mature, I'm letting go of what I need to, I'm changing what I need to, and I'm embracing something new that's more in alignment with me as I mature. Bottom line, Lynn, that's what I have for you, darling. Thank you for letting us read for you. I'm going to disconnect from Lynn, and I want to pass out those other couple of messages real quick before Paul gets back. So, Lorraine Campoli McDonald, you were asking if you were making the right decision in what you were about to do. Spirit gives you disentangling. Disentangling is about pulling away from what's not working and deciding to lean into what will work for you in your life. Sometimes we have guilt around making decisions that shift us from one track to another, or from one this to another something else, right? Spirit says in your heart something has changed and you're pulling away from what's not working, and that's okay. You're asking if you're making the right decision moving forward. This says as long as you're in alignment with your heart and your truth, then yes, you are, because you're pulling away from what's not working. There's no shame to be found in that. Angie on YouTube, you had a question. You said something like, conversations that you had today. Will anyone want to reach out to me from the conversations that I had today at the meeting or the event or whatever it was? Angie on YouTube, I don't even see your question anymore, but I got a card for you. The number's 9. Well-deserved reward. This person is standing on top of a gold pillar. Okay, well-deserved reward. This tells me yes, you will hear from whomever you're hoping to hear from in the greatest and highest good, because you are that attractive individual with the luminescence about them. Okay, keep your healthy boundaries and don't lower yourself to some other level in hopes of receiving that communication. That's not what's up. You are at this level and status, and you can receive that which you seek from there. I feel like today's event went well, and you should hear back accordingly. Angie on YouTube. Whew.
Wow. Wow.
Everyone, welcome in, guys. I didn't even get to say welcome in. My name is Heidi. That's Luke. Paul's off screen at the moment doing all kinds of magical things.
I'm here.
Here he is. I'm going to turn you over to their hands, and I'm going to go to the restroom.
Right. Hi, guys. Hi, I'm Paul. If you don't know me, and this is Luke here. Together we are Double Trouble, as most of you know. And no, we don't get into trouble. Right. Robbing water dikes. Yeah, right. One thing I do know for certain is that you are very spiritual and things are actually opening up to you. Hi, Gina. How are you, my lovely? Things are actually opening up to you, Robin. There's a lot of healing coming around you as well, but bright things are actually going to start looking up on you. If you can look here, the spiritual is growing and growing all around you, and the healing is all coming around you, but the brightness is actually starting to really come in with you at the moment, because they're saying you do need a lot of healing. There does look like a girl here actually sort of laying down, just needing healing, and that she's actually coming down and actually being around you. I do think this girl actually passed to the spirit, and she's actually coming around you, and she's saying you knew her from school or something like that. Hi, Gwendolyn. How are you, my lovely? Yeah, it's that you knew this girl from school, and she's actually coming in to be remembered, that you are that you knew her. But the second card I've done, and if before I go on to that, if you look, there is so many people around you, actually being around you, and there is a lot of love and healing all around you. And here it looks a bit like a dragon here that's actually starting a fire to keep things warm and all warm around you and brighten the darkness, so the light is actually coming through with the fire of the dragon. But also here, this I showed Luke this because I was quite amazed with what happened here. If you look here, there's something coming. It's like someone being like brought down from spirit right to here, and I do feel this is a family member that's actually been brought down to be around you, to put you on the right path, because there've been things that have been going on that you can't answer. There's questions that you need answering, but it's just things that have been going on and on. But the thought of things that's actually like, if you look here, it looks like the gremlin, you know, the nasty gremlins. If you look just at the top there, can you see that? Let's move that figure just here. You see it? Just there.
I see it.
Yeah. And that's telling me you've got gremlins about, you know, there's a lot of things like they say with computers, you've got gremlins in them to when things are going wrong with the computer and that. But this is what they're saying about you. You've had a lot of gremlins in you, and you're trying to get rid of that and trying to be more spiritual, trying to be things that people never thought you would become. But you are proving them wrong, and I'm hearing from spirit, well done. You know, you are proving your doubters wrong, and they are actually coming around you now and saying, sorry, we doubted you, because of you're making us really proud now. And a lot of love is actually coming from spirit to you, and I'm going to leave their love with you and say thank you for allowing me to do this for you. And a lot of love coming from spirit. You know, the journey's long and it is hard. I'm not going to lie about that. It is hard and it is long, but it is well worth it in the end. What you get out of spirit is more love than any love you can ever wish for. And I'm going to leave their love. But stop rabbiting on now. Right.
Beautiful message for Robin. I want to give her this card. It came out for her as you were speaking to her. Robin, this is number 11, individuality, and it's red, which makes me think about the root chakra, which is like our home life, our security, our stability, our survival, right? Our survival instincts, and how sometimes we may find that we feel threatened or intimidated by sharing our uniqueness, especially if it's not well received. However, the lesson and the challenge there is being yourself, even if others are like, what? That's different. That's weird. That's whatever. Sometimes we flinch in and pull in for so long that we don't even have an opinion. We forget what our opinion or our preference or these things are. Maybe we feel like no one cares anyway, so we don't even speak up about it. So Spirit is saying, Robin, the you that is you is beautiful and perfect and wonderful. And never let your mouth stay closed if you feel like you need to say something. Never sit on idle hands if you feel like you need to do something, girl, because you are drawn from spirit, from within, and it's beautiful. So rely on that, Robin.
Wow.
Yes. Hi, Lynn. Hi, everyone else that's just joined us. Welcome to the triple trouble. It's a mouthful saying that. The triple trouble evening. Right, Gwendolyn, can I have 3 colours, please? And I did have a Lillian, and she said, can I have a wax card? But I couldn't get her last name.
Sending love, Robin. So Gwendolyn and Lillian, is it probably Lillian Fry?
Yeah.
So Gwendolyn and Lillian, if you can give Paul 3 colors for your wax art, he is drawn to you, ladies, for a wax art and a message.
Can I just show them our new pens as well that we've got?
Speaking of,
yeah,
I'm going to show off my new pins too.
Yeah.
I got pins. Can you see my pins? Double Trouble at Home. I got pins. I even have a keychain. I bet you guys don't have one of these.
You got to be a star to have one of those.
You got to be special in the inner circle. If you guys want any Double Trouble merchandise, the shirts, the keychains, the pens, you can contact Paul and Luke, Double Trouble at Home, directly. If you're unable to reach them, you can message me and I can give you their direct info so that you can connect with them to get your merchandise. Because who doesn't want one of these? Who doesn't want one of these? Rep these guys. They're awesome.
Jodie Jenkins has got the key ring and the pen.
Well done,
She's
Jodie.
like me.
Yeah.
Just think, you'll be the only one walking down the beach, Heidi, with that T-shirt on.
Right?
Yeah. I'm
Well,
just
there's
waiting
no
for.
beaches near me, but I'm sure I'm the only one in my local area. I don't mind. I'll rep you
Yeah,
guys in California. I
yeah,
believe in you. I'm drawn to someone.
yeah. I'm just waiting for Gwendolyn. So, Gwendolyn uses her pens as well.
Yay.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I have 3 colours, please, Gwendolyn? Sorry.
Hmm.
Right. I'll go over, and if you can actually call them out when she.
Yeah, if Gwendolyn puts colours up, I'll give you a shout.
Yeah, I'm going to go over. So, yeah. Oh,
I am drawn to Jillian Baker.
Wow,
Jill-
Jillian, lucky you.
Jillian Baker. Spirit has drawn me to you, and I was just shuffling my deck around, and this card fell on the floor for you. And this is worth the wait. So, this indicates that a blessing or good news of sorts is heading its way into your life. It's on the horizon. This could be something that you have been knowingly waiting for. Oh, I've been hoping to hear back on that thing. This means it's right around the corner. So, don't lose hope. Continue to hold faith for that thing that you're waiting for. However, if there's not something that you have your sights set on right now, this is just a positive influx of energy coming towards you, Jillian. And I want to say, I can feel how sometimes maybe what you're waiting for is just like life to smooth out, you know? Sometimes we're just waiting for brighter days or more money or some peace and relaxation, okay? Sometimes, if you're not sure what it is, this is a blessing coming into your life. Worth the wait means Spirit is blessing you with something that's going to matter to your heart, something that's really going to alleviate peace or stress or some kind of thing that you may not even realize is quite as bothersome as you will recognize when the relief is there. Okay, so Spirit is bringing a blessing in your life, and I just want to say to you this, and I feel like sometimes we can view our say like slow progress or even like setbacks, if you will. We can view those kinds of things and go, oh man, am I being punished? This kind of thing, like, oh, is something challenging because I'm being punished? Okay, and Spirit is saying that is never ever the case. So if you find yourself thinking these kinds of thoughts, having these questions or these feelings, please reason with yourself, because you've done nothing at all to deserve any setbacks. Sometimes things just take time to work their way into your life. Okay, this peaceful and trustworthy is also for you, Jillian, reminding you what an amazing person you are, that you do deserve blessings. You do deserve an abundance of money, energy, health, togetherness, love, all the things that you desire. You can have them and you deserve them. Nothing is being withheld from you because of this, that, or whatever from yesterday or however long ago. That's not how the universe works. So don't hold anything against yourself. I also want to remind you not to lose your good nature, okay? Because sometimes the world or circumstances can make us feel a little more like have a little bit of an edge, okay? But Spirit wants me to remind you that sometimes that edge develops when we're under certain circumstances, but it's okay to let it go after we move through that pattern. Okay, so when life smooths out, that edge disappears. It's not who you are. You are this peaceful, trustworthy, safe person. And sometimes this peaceful, trustworthy, safe person is in high demand. Okay, so like, I always need something from you, or I always want your time, or I always want you to spend money or take me here, or whatever this could be. And you go, oh my God, I have no time for myself. Everybody needs something from me. It's because you're so darn wonderful, baby. It's because you're so comfortable, because people feel safe, accepted, seen, and valued, appreciated by wonderful you. You make people feel good. And that's why they want to be involved and around you, Jillian. So no wonder Spirit's bringing blessings into your life to make life smoother, easier, and more enjoyable. Keep an eye out on the horizon. And I want to hear about it when it happens, girl. Thank you.
Wow. I just love those cards.
Thank you. I created them all myself. They're actually for sale in my shop, HeidiCorona.shop, my real life Oracle deck. I did self-publish the deck, but they are for
We
sale.
got them cards, and I'll tell you, Pete, you want to get your hands on those cards. They're amazing.
I actually done a reading with them,
Yeah.
didn't I?
Paul actually done a reading on one of our shows with your cards, and it went down like a blast. I'll tell you.
Wow.
People, if you ain't got Heidi's cards, you need to get your finger out and start messaging for those cards. They're
Oh,
worth
thank
every
you.
penny and more.
Thank you.
They're
Thank
full of
you.
they're full of secrets, and there ain't no skeletons and no cupboards that they don't get out of the door.
Yes. My real life Oracle deck covers real life issues, real life topics. The ones that you see me using here are larger. These are the actual originals. These cards, this is a sealed box. They're actually the size of the Lightseers tarot cards. So they're much smaller, more compact. And the card meanings are on the backs of the cards. So there's no guidebook. The back of the card has the meaning. It has something it says, yeah, see, he can show you there. He has one too. Thank you guys for supporting me, just like I support you and we support one another. So
They're awesome.
your cards have the
Absolutely
meanings
awesome.
on the backs.
Bear with me. I'll just put-
I go everywhere with these.
Oh, you are awesome.
I
You guys
even gave,
are
I even gave
I don't
a
know, I
gentleman
watch it.
a read in the restroom with your cards, and he just loved it. It blew him away.
That's funny. Spirit shows up anywhere, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. Right. So, you know, as I was sitting and listening to you doing your card read there with that lovely lady, I heard someone coming in through my window. You see these windows here, Heidi? You know, these ones here?
Yep.
Right. Spirit love to come through the window. Now, I just newly had this double glazing done, and I've got a beautiful front door, but they don't come in the front door. Now, all the animals, including your horse, comes in the front door, but spirit people come through my window.
That's hilarious.
Absolutely. And I was hearing someone behind me, and they were saying a name over and over, Colleen Yates. But I looked down the list and I can't see anyone by that name, but they were definitely saying Colleen Yates.
I think I saw that name earlier in the chat. Colleen, are you here? Let's give her a minute. Maybe she's still here.
Maybe she's trying to hide
Yeah,
something.
she's here.
Ah, Colleen, you're there. Right. Lovely. Right. I've got Little Miss Scarlet here. All the girls love Little Miss Scarlet. Okay, let's have a look. Right. Okay, Colleen, what I am getting an image here is of your home. Okay. So I'm going to go wandering in your house via the crystal. Okay. And as I project myself via the crystal into your house, I am very aware that your home is indeed a regular meeting ground of spirit. There is spirit persons that frequent your home. And I'd go as far as saying that the manner in which these spirit people, and at the moment I'm detecting two, okay? Two spirit persons. It's not just one, there are two. And one of the things I notice as I wander through your living area, your kitchen area, and around the bedroom areas of your home, I can smell what I'd like to describe as like perfumes. But this would be a gentleman's perfume that I can smell at the moment. I have to say, it's not one that I've used or my father has used, nor one that I buy Paul. This is a very distinct men's aftershave or perfume, people are calling it that, that is distinct to one individual, right? And he's recognizable by the smell of this perfume. And the other thing I want to say is I can actually smell there's something familiar about this smell. It's a lady's perfume. It's one of those ones that you would have had like a big globe and a rubber thing, and you'd sort of like that with it. A bit like in the old-fashioned movies. So you'll have two individuals in spirit that visit you on a regular basis, and they are trying to make themselves known to you. But the best way they make themselves known is by distinct odors that you would be able to have a memory link, either yourself or other members of your family, would recognize as a memory link, and it would help you identify the individuals. I will say straight away, you have nothing to worry about. These are very, very benign, loving, and caring individuals that are connected to the family and are visiting in, not because they're nosy or anything like that. It is because they come in and they are at peace in your company. Now, as I sense people coming in from behind me, I've got two spirit persons actually coming in through my window now because I can hear it open. I'll look and it'll be shut, but I can hear it opening. And the first energy that I feel coming in is a gentleman's energy. Now, I want to say straight away that this gentleman is of what I would describe of mature years, okay? Mature years. Now, I have the young years, which is, if you like, your teenage years from like 12 up to about middle age, which I would say is 55. Okay, and at the end of the middle age, I say is 70. And that's only because we live a lot longer now. So when I reach middle age, I expect to be about 70. Okay, and once you get past the age of 70, I call that your mature years, because that's when you've done it all, seen it all, know it all, and you've got nothing more to prove. Right? You've raised the children, you've got the grandchildren, and you're watching the grandchildren get married, all that sort of thing. Now, this gentleman, as he comes in, right, he's doing this with his hands, right? So I'm seeing this through my middle eye, okay? He's doing this with his hands. Now, when a gentleman does this with the hands, what it tells me is he's one of these guys, a bit like my father, a bit like Paul, a bit like me. We do things with our hands. You know, we graft with our hands. We get them cut, slashed, hacked, blisters, because everything we do involves getting ourselves absolutely filthy. And there's nothing better than getting absolutely filthy and getting a paycheck at the end of it. Because it's like, oh, yeah, don't worry about this. I'll just throw them in the bin, get a new pair. You know, pop down to Walmart, I'll get a new pair of jeans, new t-shirt, and I'll go and wear that Monday morning for work. So this man is what I'd call like a skilled worker. So that could be someone in steelworks, a miner, a car mechanic, a welder, a shipbuilder, any job like that that involves getting his hands dirty. And I know obviously in the States, I would also classify that type of work as a farmer or a rancher, because it's you work with your hands. You know, you wrestle the cattle with your hands. Now, I will say that this gentleman has had a very rough life, and he didn't have much money to his name. He didn't squander it in going down the pub or the bar, and he certainly wouldn't accept charity. So if someone from the church came down, the Salvation Army, or do you have Salvation Army in the States?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Yeah.
Right. If you had someone like the Salvation Army, a charity, like come down and say, oh, you've not got enough to feed your family, let me get a delivery made to your house and like 2 tons of food brought to your door. He wouldn't have none of that. No way. No, I'm the grafter. What I earn is what puts food on the table. No questions asked. So, but even through all the hardship he's gone through, and the facade that he puts on at his place of work, which was, I'm the rough and tough guy. I don't show emotion. I've got the typical British stiff upper lip, you know, and he talks like this. Only the bottom lip moves. That is what we call a facade of portraying an image that is expected to be seen from a man. Okay? But when he got home, he was the most loving, caring individual you could meet. He wouldn't care if you were 10 years older than him or you were a newborn babe. If you were a family member, he would share his emotions with you. Okay, if it's a bloke, he's not going to kiss him on the cheek, but, you know, he'd give him a hug and a good old handshake and you'd be made welcome. If you're a child, he'd get down on his hands and knees and give you a hug that way and make a fuss of you. he enjoyed family get-togethers. He loved Christmas. He loved birthdays. He loved any excuse to spoil children. Okay? And he worshipped his other half and wouldn't let her put a foot down on a dirty carpet until he made sure it was spotless, because he treated her like a queen. Okay? That's how much he loved people in the family. Outside the family, you say anything wrong about his family and it's smack. Okay? He would defend them to the hill. If you done something wrong, but you told him you'd done something wrong, he would defend you to the hill. If you done something wrong and didn't tell him, and he found out about it, and it brought, say, the law to the door, he'd take you outside to give you a word of advice, and it would be this kind of word of advice. Smack. Don't do that again. But don't get me wrong, he was a very loving man, and he is very much interested in how things in your life are continuing, because he remembers you when you were like this tall, you know, like small as a mouse, and he smothered you in love and kisses throughout your life. And now that he's moved over to the spirit world, he's free now to come and see you at any time, night or day. And in order so that you're not scared, because yeah, if you've never seen spirit walking around your house before, that's going to scare the hell out of you. Okay? I see it all the time. To me, it's just like, oh, hi, how you doing? You know, don't forget to switch the lights out. All right? But he wants to make sure, first of all, that you know it's him. So familiar odors that you would recognize from him. Okay, and also that he comes in to watch over you and bring you his protection. Okay, to bring you his protection. And that's why he's there, to share his love with you by protecting you when you're at your most vulnerable. Okay?
You have to move.
Right, when you're at your most vulnerable. Now, the lady that comes forward, now they're very much together. I have to say they're very much together, because I can see the rope that joins them like this, going to both of them. And she comes in to join them, because they said in life they were always together and inseparable. And in the spirit world, they are very much the same. So when he decides, that's it, we're going up to see Colleen. Come on, now, come on, young. Come on, missus. On your bike. Come on. So she comes in with him. And she's noticeable by a very particular perfume, and it's a glass jar with the squeezy rubber thing, and she would hold it in front of her like this and go squish, squish, and literally she'd be engulfed in a mist of perfume. And again, it's very specific to her. Okay, and she comes in as well, and she's not one of these ladies that goes around your house giving it, look at the dust on here, she ain't done the cleaning. She doesn't mind anything about it. Her concern is to make sure you are enjoying your life and enjoying it to the full potential. Okay? And she comes in again to share her love with you, because she very much wants to still remain a part of your life, because there's so much that she wants to share with you in regards to words of advice about men. Okay? That she thinks, I want to make sure you're fully equipped. You've got to know everything about them, because they're only after one thing. No matter what comes out of their mouth, they only want one thing. Right? So she wants to equip you on how to give them a good old slapping when they need it. And don't forget, if you bring someone in that Grandad doesn't approve of, he says he's going to scare the living daylights out of them. Okay? So make sure when you bring a man back that it's somebody that he would approve of, or he might just turn up and go shake and rattle the chains to scare them off. So that's what I feel that they want to say at the moment, but they do have something they want to give you. Grandma wants to give you a big bunch of, it's roses. Pink roses. Pink representing the love from spirit that's unconditional. And Grandad, he's coming in and he wants to give you a bear hug. Now, I don't know what's the difference between a bear hug and a normal hug, but he wants to give you a bear hug.
Tight squeeze.
Okay? And he says, love you loads. Right, so I am going to pull back from there, because if I spend any more time with you, I'm no doubt that somebody else is going to come and join, because I can feel someone else on the periphery of my, my etheric field. But they're just standing there. They're not actually coming forward. So I'm not sure if they are for you or not. But let's bring this to a close. And I'm going to leave their love with you. Know who they are that's coming in. And please take the love with you. Thank you very much.
At the moment,
You're absolute blessing.
Just got this one more to do.
That was beautiful.
Paul's still working on the wax. So if you want to go on another one.
Oh, yes. I have all kinds of stuff going on over here.
Wow.
And
never a dull moment in your studio.
Right. I know it. You're talking to Colleen, and I'm over here reading for Belinda and Michelle. So, Belinda, you were asking if you're going to get this job coming up here. You've got number 7, soul connection. It says a soul connection has been found once again. This is part of your soul contract. Communication and comprehension is key. Lessons will be learned out of love. Belinda, I feel like you will get that job. It's in your divine blueprint, and you will learn great things there. I feel like it's going to be a harmonious enterprise for you. So, Belinda, just a quick message for you. That's what I have for Belinda. I also have a message for Michelle Olivier. I'm not sure how I say your name on YouTube. I've got a message here for you from my own oracle deck. Now, I'm the reader that will tell you whatever it is that is coming through for you. And like we've discussed, my real life oracle deck covers real life stuff, real life topics. So, Michelle on YouTube, the card that you have is Fork in the Road. And this is about deciding to go a different way, deciding to take a new path, deciding to go in the direction of your choosing. Sometimes the fork in the road is a high road. I'm not going to stoop to that level anymore. I'm not going to backslide into that same old behavior, that same old stuff anymore. I'm going to go forward, onward, upward. The fork in the road is yours, Michelle. I feel that there is guilt and shame preventing you from expansion. So I want to say to you that sometimes your path forks and goes your own way, and that's away from others. And guilting yourself into staying on a path that is not, that you're outgrowing, is not conducive to the benefit of the quality of your life. Especially if you feel guilty about moving away from lying, cheating, stealing, this kind of an energy. Okay. So this is cheater, lying, cheating, stealing, infidelity, sticky behavior patterns, somebody who only has their personal agenda in the forefront of their mind and heart. And sometimes people function from that place. Sometimes people function from that place when they are not quite as spiritually aware as you might be, Michelle. I feel like you're outgrowing some of these sticky energy patterns, but you feel guilty to leave them behind as you expand and grow. Sometimes that is the lesson, that is the challenge, and that is how we become more empowered on our authentic path, is by allowing others to grow on their own and not stifle or restrict our own growth and movement and progress. Thank you. Michelle says that makes perfect sense. Thank you, Michelle. I don't know you, you don't know me, but this really works. Spirit really shows up for us, for each of us, wants us all to have better lives. So thank you, God, for that. Thank you, Michelle, for letting me grab you that message.
Wow. Now that was impressive. That was impressive. Right.
Just cleaning things up now.
Wow. Colleen's giving you more feedback. Let's put it on the screen.
What's that?
Let's put it on the screen. Hold on.
It was a knuckle boxer as well. Wow. Wow. I was your favorite out of all of them. Oh, wow. Say he worshipped the ground you walk on. Why wouldn't he come back and see you?
Wow. Beautiful. That is such beautiful feedback. Thank you, Colleen, for sharing all the feedback with us. This really works. Your loved ones do live on. The spirit world is real, and they are around us all the time because they love us, because they care, and because they are still themselves. They still have their personalities. They still have their memories. They still have all the love that they hold in their hearts for you. So that's beautiful evidence. Great job, Luke.
Fabulous. And now Paul is finished doing the wax art cards, and he's ready to come on and completely shock us with his accuracy. So
Yes.
I welcome back the Lord of the Wax.
Let me move your crystal, please. Right. This one, sorry, this is Lillian. This one I wasn't too, it helped if I got the right ones around. My mind's going all over the place today, but yeah, there you go.
It's just an itch.
Right, that is Gwendolyn. These are. It's a nightmare when things just get muddled up. It doesn't matter how.
It's an age-related thing, dear.
Aye, right. I've got it. I do apologise. Oh, dearie me. Right. Yes, Lillian. Yeah, there's been a lot of things and dark things been going on and on around you. If I show you this one, and I wasn't really keen on this, and I just kept looking at it, and Spirit just said, "Hold on, you've done what we've told you to do. Now get on and do it." So I got kicked up the backside for wanting to change it. So, but like if you look here, there's a gentleman actually pointing into where the light is. There, it's like you're going into a cave, and what they're saying is where the darkness has actually been around you, they are actually putting some light around you and bringing out the true you and the light of you, because they're saying you need to remove this mask and stop being someone that's actually you're not. They want you to remove it and show your inner beauty, because when people see your inner beauty, your lovely smile and that makes them smile. And they're saying this is the cave of brightness, and this is where they are actually, as you can see, the gentleman's actually pointing right into the light. And like there is new things coming on the horizon for you as well. There's things that don't seem quite that have been going on in your head, but I do feel your spiritual journey is going to be erupting. And if you look here, there's like a family actually walking down a road holding hands, and I do feel this is how you want to feel, but you're not getting that at the moment. You've been actually feeling quite lonely and empty, but they're coming in and letting you know that spirit are always by your side, are always walking by your side. And when you get tired, it's not you that's walking, it's them actually picking you up and actually walking for you. You know the footprints in the sand. This is like how I feel. This is like your guides, your family are actually walking with you and walking, um, carrying you when you feel tired. And they're saying you do feel quite drained quite a lot. But what they're also saying is you need to put your protection up. You need to be grounded a bit more and show the love and the understanding that you really do. Because there's a lot of questions that you want to ask, and they're saying there's no time like the present. If questions need to be answered, ask the questions, and hopefully the answers will come. And spirit have a good way of actually coming through and actually showing you the answers. You know, they've amazed me and Luke where we've actually spoken, and the next thing, it may not have happened tomorrow, it happened a few days later, but they do actually come with the answer, and they do actually speak truth, and they are full of truth. And this is what they're saying as well: you need to be honest with yourself, and they are like they're honest with you. You need to be honest with yourself as well, and take that mask off, because people want to see the beauty of you, not someone that you're not. And I'm going to leave their love with you and say bless you for that. Did you want to carry on before I do?
Yes. You saw me on the edge of my seat, didn't you? I'm like, hold on, Lillian, I've got something for you too. Lillian, you've got the card number 91, surrender. And I feel this to just mean that you feel very adult, right? And as an adult, we seem to feel comfortable with a certain measure of control over our lives, etc. And I feel, Lillian, how there's a slight imbalance about what you feel that you have to carry on your shoulders and what you can actually control in your life. And Spirit is suggesting that you surrender your cares and worries to the divine and leave them there. Sometimes we do. We say, oh man, I want to stop fretting about this or worrying about this or having this bad habit. I'm going to give it to the divine, right? And then 5 minutes later, we take it back and it's renting space in our heads and our hearts, or we're doing the darn thing again. So Spirit is saying, surrender your will to the divine. God's will be done, because God's will knows better, is better, will unfold better than Lillian's mind, Heidi's mind, Paul and Luke's mind, anyone's. Okay, so surrendering regularly and often, when you recognize that you're trying to grab those reins again, that's going to help Lillian to move up into higher states of activation. That's what Spirit's given me for you, Lillian. Proceed.
Right, Gwendolyn, my lovely. Right, I think these are quite beautiful, these ones. Yeah, and there's a lot of light actually coming around you as well. Right, just seeing if it's okay to do her message. Yeah, right, Gwendolyn. Well, first thing is there is a lot of healing around you and a lot of animals that are coming in around you as well. And I will show you here. There is a dog actually coming in through here. There's a, I have to look as well. There's a cat here that's actually coming in around you. There's a horse here. There's so many animals, and I believe that if you could, you'd have a zoo of animals around you, because I feel you trust animals more than you do humans. You get more loving from animals than you do humans. But the love that's coming around you at the moment, because you have felt quite empty, and I do feel there is words that have got to be said to someone, but there's been a lot of holding back. But they're saying it is now time to actually be truthful and be honest with people and yourself. Because if you look here, there's so many people around you, and I do feel there is a child in spirit as well around you, and also a motherly link and a fatherly link that's actually around you. And I am getting an apology actually saying sorry for not being the parents we ought to be. And I know some people turn around and say, well, my parents were fine, they were all right. When someone goes into spirit, I believe that they actually do see like flashbacks of their time down earth, and the slightest thing they feel that's wrong, they will apologize to, and things will actually come. And actually, no one is the perfect mother or father. No one is. But they come and they've seen the errors in their way, and they are actually apologizing around you now. But the brightness is actually coming right round you now and being with you, and the love is actually coming. And if you look, there is a spirit going up the stairs. There's two spirits going up the stairs. And I believe this is family that's actually coming to your room to be around you, because you do feel spirit, but sometimes you'll question it, the times they're actually doing it. You'll say, like, I need the sleep. But they are actually coming around you, because this is when you're at your comfortablest, you will be able to take more in, and it's the way they actually come in. But if you look, there's so many bright things around you. There's a cord actually coming down as well, and you see the brightness here is actually opening right up to you. And I do feel there's a unicorn here as well, all around you. So there is some luck actually coming around you, and things are going to progress. But with spirit, unfortunately, they haven't got a timeline. They never, you could say something would happen tomorrow, but in spirit, that could be 20 years' time. But yeah, they have no no things. Just the love and the light is actually coming round you now, and they just want to let you know that the love is actually there for you, and they're saying thank you for being you and not trying to be something you're not. They're saying you are amazing, lady. We enjoy watching you, and the love you show out as well is just out of this world. And I'm going to leave their love with you and say bless you and thank you so much for allowing me to do that for you.
That was beautiful, Paul. You must have said love so many times. And look at the card that Spirit has for Gwendolyn from me. The number
Oh, wow.
6, love. And the reminder, Gwendolyn, was to love in every moment and to make sure that you're coming from a place of love, looking through a lens of love, because you know that these moments are precious and they need to be cherished and embraced to the totality, right? So that you can feel like you did everything that you needed to do in your life at this period of time. I also want to say there's a dog in spirit that was trying to pop in with me while he was speaking to you about pets around you. I'm like, I smell dog poop. Sometimes that is how I can sense the past pet coming in. I'll smell dog poop or I'll smell a litter box. And I don't have any of those here. So I smelled some dog poop. And then I had a big, dark colored, larger dog lumbering into my space and snuffling around and knocking things over. So, Gwendolyn, you do have a pup in spirit who loves you so much. And I feel like you, of course, like Paul says, you've had many, but this one comes in to just remind you that he's with you as well. Even now, snuffling onto you and this and that, so recognize when you might be sensing into that, even while you're resting at night, when you're sensing and seeing the spirit, you might feel into it in a clairsentient way, or even smell that poop, girl. It can happen in that way. However, the big message here is love. Bottom line, if you've come from a place of love, if you are living authentically with love, then you're not incurring any new regrets, Gwendolyn. Oh, Belinda, you missed your reading, darling. I already gave you a message. Soul connection. The answer was yes. You can catch it on the replay.
Right. Luke's just helping his mum because she's tired. She wants to go to bed. So I'll continue while
Let's see.
Luke's just doing that. He'll be back in a mo.
Yeah, say hello. Say hello, guys. Oh, look, we've got some. Look at this. Gwendolyn says, my Harley, he would snuggle. Yes, he wants to just snuggle and snuffle his little nose all against me and knock over all my stuff and everything else. Gwendolyn, Harley loves you, darling. And he is still very much present with you. Thank you for sharing the feedback there. I don't know these things, but spirit shows up and it's real. Thank you, God. So hello, friends. Welcome in. My name is Heidi. I'm in California in America. That's Paul. And Luke is off screen at the moment. We're doing free readings all around. But this is just free little mini taster readings. If you wanted to connect with either one of us, we won't reach out to you. Scammers do that kind of nonsense all the time. You've got to reach out to us. And if it's me, I'm right here on my page, Spirit Speaks Like Medium Heidi. That's me, HeidiCorona.shop. It's all over the place. You can connect with me directly, or you can connect with Double Trouble at Home. And if you have trouble connecting with them because we don't have a link handy, you can message me directly and I'll just send you right over their way. We're excited to be here with you today. I saw some people. Let's see.
I've just heard something that I don't normally work this way, but I've just been feeling this lady crying and keep on saying sorry, sorry, sorry. And I do actually feel it is a very emotional lady that wasn't a very good mother. She's saying she wasn't a very good mother on the earth, and she's coming in floods of tears and really apologizing. And I do feel that there was a mistreated person actually here tonight that actually it really gets to her, and she still feels it now. The person that this is for, I don't know who it's for.
And continue. Continue. Let's see if someone wants to.
If the person doesn't want to remain, private because it's so, then I will respect that. They can message us afterwards or whatever. But
it looks like Carol King might be able to take that. Let's
Yeah,
move forward.
and it's still actually going on in her mind, and she's still reliving the way she was treated by her mother. I feel it's for them both, from them both, mother and father. But and they still wake up and actually with nightmares and still cry about it and still go through your head. And she's actually coming in and really giving the love and saying, I really am sorry, I truly am sorry. And this lady is asking for forgiveness herself. But I I'm only giving what I'm being told. I cannot, say yes, no. That is down to the individual, and it's a hard message to actually give when it is such a hard thing to talk about. And
Yes.
yeah, the love that she's showing now is very heartfelt, and she's just so apologetic, and
Yes.
she just wants to hear the forgiveness. But I can't say, yes, no, or because that is a private thing, you know, and if they need to actually speak about it, I know we're always about. I do actually think it is Carol, yeah, but
I I
I
can see how this there's a few different people who are like, this could be me, this could be me. Thank you, God, that all of these mothers in spirit are combining their remorse and their regret and asking for forgiveness to all of their living daughters, right?
yeah,
This is
and
beautiful.
there is a one with a son as well who's
Okay,
got
daughters and sons, whomever it
yeah
might be. I don't
yeah
mean to limit this. It actually seems expansive. Paul, good for you. I'm grateful that you stepped out of your comfort zone and brought this in, because many people need this right now.
yeah, and there is a father about who was quite very violent to a male as well, and it's caused uphill problems. And the way I'm going to say it, but I'm not going to ask the person to actually. He, this person's actually done it to his children as well, so it's actually rubbed off, and he sat. I'm hearing saying, uh, "Get help before it's too late. Get help," and this is all I'm hearing. I I left it too late. I did not get help, but it's actually saying get help before you do some damage. So I'm gonna leave that there because it is quite uh, a
Yes.
thing to actually go through.
Yeah, the
Mm,
emotions can be overwhelming for the medium as the one who's receiving the communication. Yes, Paul, thank you. And I want to say that we're talking to a few different people here in the chat and maybe even on the replay. We all live in a 3D physical dimension, and sometimes we need to go seek some kind of counseling or therapy, or an unbiased neutral third party who we know is not going to bring any backlash or consequences. Sometimes you've just got to unload. If you've got anything that's holding you down, sometimes we need to speak up so that we can begin to heal. That's how the light gets in to heal the darkness. When we keep our secrets all inside and we don't share that, then it continues to make us sick. But
mm.
sometimes speaking about these things with someone who's trusted, or seeking a doctor. I need to also say, I'm not a medical doctor of anything at all. I missed my window on that one. Okay. However, sometimes we need medications. Even there's seasonal or episodical depression or whatever. Sometimes we need things to help us maneuver through life until maybe we don't, or who knows. Okay, but we are all unique as individuals, and what works for one may not work for another. So if you feel called to seek some kind of services or help, please do so for yourself. Maybe that is the healthiest way for you to maneuver and unpack some of the challenging experiences that can be
Mm.
had here.
Yeah, and it is very difficult. I'm talking personal experience myself. I got sexually abused by one of my family members, and I I didn't go through counselling, but I've had the love of like Luke now for nearly 30 odd years, and with the help with him, he's actually helped me come through a lot of things. And it is a very difficult thing to speak about, and especially for a man actually talking about his uh, I do know who the and I think he's actually put the message on who that other one was for. So yeah,
Well,
and
thank you,
I've given him
Paul.
messages before, but yeah, there is the gentleman here that's actually done it, but that's actually the. But yeah, I'm going to carry on now with Peggy McCarthy. Can I have 3 colours? And Jodie Jenkins, please. 3 colours.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Paul. You're not alone. Many light workers have been through a lot of hardships, tragedy, trauma, darkness. Like the people who inspire you have been through stuff and moved through it and overcame and still stepped into whatever it is that they have going on to inspire you. So we all live this life together, and the reality is that abuse happens and trauma happens and dysfunction happens, and no one is exempt. And Paul, I'm so sorry that that happened to you. I understand. I'm a victim of many different things, but no longer. That's not who I am now. That's not who I am anymore. However, it's a part of my story too. It did make me a little bit, it changed me. Those kinds of experiences can change a person, and you don't forget. And sometimes we become hypervigilant and keep others at a distance and don't ever want to trust again or experience again. And that's a whole challenge and lesson all in itself, as to how to come back to being a normal person, how to be my best self and not be afraid of the world any longer. So I'm really glad that we are speaking about these things, because uh, sometimes it's frowned upon to share the truth, because nobody wants to think about those things. Well, we live with those things. So I'm sorry if it's hard to think about or hear about or know that it happens in the world. But to pretend that that these things don't happen or that they don't leave its mark is an injustice.
Yeah. One of the sad things I noticed, like males, they feel ashamed to actually go up and actually report things and that, because they feel they're less of a man if they say allowed them to do that, but it's not no one's fault. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
It's the person that's done it. Yes, it's their fault. But the love that I've I've actually come to terms with it, and yes, I've forgiven him, the one that's done it, but I will never forget what he done. And I hate what he done, but I don't hate him. And hate is a very, very strong word. And to hate someone, you just keep on living and living the things. But the love, and that is all that's helped me so much now with it all. And the love is actually so beautiful from spirit. And I wouldn't wish anything on anybody. So yeah. So like I'm going to bring Luke back now, and he's going to carry on. And yeah. Oh,
Is he
there's our
ready
big
for
dog.
us?
He just got on. Right, Luke, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Right, here's the lovely Luke and the king of the crystal.
Yes, love is so healing. I'm still kind of feeling this thread that we're on right now, and I know Paul's exiting left stage or whatever, but love is so healing. And sometimes when you have been in dysfunction or toxicity for so long that even a healthy love can feel weird. Am I
Yeah.
right? It can feel weird. I can't trust this. When is the other shoe going to drop? I'm not sure about this. This feels funny, because we can become so desensitized or become familiar to dysfunction that even something cleaner and healthier and more positive seems foreign. Stepping in
Absolutely.
that direction and embracing that, and recognizing, that love is so healing. I'm so glad that I feel like your guys' beautiful love was part of what helped Paul to heal through whatever he's been through, right?
Mhm.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful that is available for him to move through. I know that's not always the case. Like, not everyone has like a healthy friend or a healthy partner or another healthy family member that they can rely on. Sometimes it's everywhere and I'm alone and this is dysfunctional. Sometimes it can feel very lonely. That's why I really want to say to those folks out there, if you need a community, or if you need people to reach out to, please do that in your local area if you can. And if you don't have that, an online community that might be something that you need would be great. I do have my own Vibe Tribe, my Spirit Speaks Vibe Tribe, and I know Double Trouble at Home has their own private group as well. You can join them both if you'd like. We have communities in there so that you don't have to feel like you're living this crazy life alone. Because we're all in this together, no matter where we're at, right? And I think
Oh
I've
yeah.
done enough. I think I've done enough talking. Luke, do you want to see if you're drawn to someone?
Yeah, I feel very much drawn to Cindy Woodside. Cindy Woodside. And let me jump into your energy, so to speak. And right, Cindy, in the crystal ball, and I'm using Little Boy Blue this time. Okay, in my crystal ball, Spirit are actually showing me um, that you're traveling down your spiritual road and you've come to a very important part of it. And as I look at it, what I'm seeing is basically a fork in the road. So you're at the point where you've gone as far as you can in this journey, and you've now come to a fork in the road, and you have to make a decision. Do I go to the left? Do I go to the right? What are the consequences of me going to the left when I should go to the right, and vice versa? Okay. And this is the part of your spiritual life where you really need to be asking yourself a number of questions. Okay. And I'm seeing right now, as I look in the crystal ball here, I'm seeing the big question mark, and it is like massive. It's like this is a big life changing type of question that you need to ask yourself, or certainly it feels that way. And as I look inside your head, I'm seeing like a little twister wind here. Okay. And the more you think about, do I go left? Do I go right? The more confusing you feel. It's like you're stuck in the rut and you don't know really where you ought to be going because your mind is in such a muddle. And in some cases, you're a bit fearful of making a decision because you don't want to make a wrong one. Well, if you've got a paper and a pencil beside you, this really is the question that Spirit want to ask you. Okay, and this will help you make your decision. And it's one that really you want to be asking yourself each time you're if you like find yourself at a crossroads, at a wide junction, a fork in the road, all that sort of thing. Okay. And the question is this: which of these routes takes me closer to my goal, and which takes me further away from it? And if you base your answer on that question, you will find that Spirit will actually guide you to the correct direction you need to go in. Because one will take you, and I'm not going to tell you it's going to be a straight and narrow path, okay? There are going to be twists and turns whichever way you go, and there are going to be obstacles thrown in your path. there are going to be all sorts of obstacles. But the important question to ask yourself this is when you're standing at this crossroads or this fork in the road is which one of those routes will take me closer to my goal and which will not. Okay? So if in meditation you are given the sign that the right hand fork is the one to take, then that will be the route that will take you closer to your goal. If by chance you ignore that and you go to the left, that path will take you there eventually, but it will be a longer route. It will take you way out of your way, and eventually, a long time down the road, it will gradually bring its way back to where you should be in the first place. And this is where I always base my decisions in regards to spirit and guidance on that very question. Because you will hear me say many, many times in shows that I'm involved in, and it's this, because I even do the action. It's keep your eyes on the prize. Now, each person's prize or goal is very different because it is unique to you. Okay? And if you keep yourself focused on what your prize is, write it down on a sticky paper. Something like, I like to use these because I'm sticky paper mad, right? So if you have got a goal, an aim or a prize, write it in one of these, okay? So get your pen out, a double trouble pen maybe, write on what your prize is and stick one of these right next to your bedside table. So when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you see is your prize. Stick it on the fridge door so that when you get the milk out for your coffee, you see your prize there. Stick it on the microwave if you're warming up a coffee that's gone cold because you've been too busy looking after the kids and getting them to school. Put it in your handbag so when you open your bag to pay your bus fare or get your bus pass out, your goal staring you in the face. Own it, eat it, sleep with it, carry it around wherever you go. Okay? And that's what I mean by keeping your eyes on the prize. So when you get to this fork in the road and you think, okay, right, do I go that way or do I go this way? Spirit, let's have a meditation. Blah, blah, blah. Well, Spirit, what route should I take? And you might hear Spirit in a big booming voice here. Cindy, we want you to take the right hand fork. Then there's your answer. Take the right hand one. Yes, there will be obstacles. And some of the obstacles might force you to make some very difficult choices. And that is about who you're associating with. Who are you spending time with? Is spending time with, say, Freddy the Frog, who turns up when you should be meditating, or turns up when you're supposed to be going to the spiritualist church, or turns up when you're supposed to be tuning into Heidi's teaching show? Is that person getting in the way of you learning your spiritual stuff? If the answer is yes, he's taking you the long way round, then you do what I would suggest. That is, speak to Spirit and say to them, Spirit, do you mind if I borrow the sword of Damocles? And you take that sword and you cut that tie and you say, farewell, fair midden, get on your bike. Because Spirit will present these things to you for you to make these choices. Because they want you to rely on the spiritual truth of the matter. Your gut feeling, that is your intuition, that is your higher self telling you, you don't want to be with this guy. He's not allowing you to meditate. He's not allowing you to do your online learning program. He's not allowing you to go to church. He wants to take you down the pub and get you sloshed so you forget everything and make a fool of yourself. And you're so embarrassed you don't want to show your face for days on end. Then that is the wrong path for you. And you need to cut that person off. And that is the best advice that Spirit will offer you. And I'll always say, what takes you closer to your goal and what is taking you away from it? So that, Cindy, in all truth and love and light, that is the question you need to ask yourself. And the answer will be coming in truth and love and in light from Spirit. And if Spirit say go left, you go left. If they say go right, you go right. But I will not sit here, should I say. I will not sit here and lie to you and say it's going to be a walk in the park or a bed of roses, because there will be things that come up that will really throw you. But as long as you keep your eyes on the prize and make time to speak and dwell with Spirit, they will provide you the tools to get through it. So it's either over it, dig under it, or walk around the side of it. But they will provide you with the tools. Pick elf, shovel, pneumatic drill to break through the concrete to tunnel underneath it. Whatever you need, they will provide it. That I can guarantee. Because they did it for Paul and me, they did it for Heidi, and they'll do it for each and every one of you out there. That I do promise. So I hope that is of help to you, Cindy. I give that to you with all love and light. How do you feel on that one then, Heidi?
Beautiful message for Cindy. She was resonating with the message, and everyone loved your vocals and your voice change. That was just lovely and beautiful. Great job, Luke. I have a little bit of something for, Michelle. I know I already gave you a quick message, Michelle, on YouTube. I don't know how to let my husband that passed away last year know that I love him with all my heart. I will forever love him till the day I die. And even beyond that, I need him to know, please. Michelle, as soon as I read that comment in the chat, like my head, I started really getting a lot of pain in my head, which could have indicated some kind of a stroke, aneurysm, or brain cancer, head trauma, something like this in the head space. I also kind of feel like the liver might have been an issue. Your husband in life. However, darling, I just want to let you know that he hears you. He knows how much you love him. He's not removed from you. He's witnessed every step of the way since he's passed away. He is connected to you in a way that even physical death cannot separate. So the thoughts, the private thoughts that you have inside of yourself, he's able to peek in on those. All right. He knows that you're sad. He knows that you're hurting. He knows that you miss him, and he does his best to try to comfort you in the ways that he's able. I'm getting chills right now. You might notice getting a chill here or there. Like, that's odd. That's interesting. These are things you can't create. When the spirit world is attempting to connect with you, they just do what they can to manipulate the energy in your environment. Sometimes that can cause your electronics to go funny or your animals to act up. So Michelle, pay attention to these environmental factors, these environmental cues that might let you know that his presence is elevated. Okay. He's trying to let you know he's there. He's trying to get in, but the pain of the loss sometimes can prevent us from recognizing those subtle sensations, those subtle symbols that they want to send to you. So recognize, honey, when you're seeing the signs like the birds or the feathers or the dimes or his name that you hear, when you smell his scent, I feel like there is something of his that you probably still put it to your face, but it doesn't smell like him any longer. But in the beginning you did. You kept it and you put it to your face and you would smell it. Now it's just a comfort to have it with you. This is the card that fell for you, love. It is not your fault. And right back, I'm in the headspace again. So maybe that's you. I know that you know that his passing is not your fault. You're not God. You can't control these kinds of things. These are out of our hands. Death happens to us, but it is the hardest on the living. And we feel guilty about everything that we didn't do in between that and that. We feel guilty about the things that we didn't show up for, when we said too much, or I should have, would have, could have, this and that. And he says to you, there's nothing, baby, that you should have, would have, could have, anything at all. You've done everything that you needed to do, and then some. You've done more. And you need to do for you now. He wants you to love you like he loves you. He wants you to feed you like he feeds you. He wants you to touch your face and tell yourself that you're beautiful, because he has those words for you. He just can't speak them out loud anymore. Only his body's gone. His soul and the love that he has for you is very much alive. And I need to say to you, I can feel your undying love for him and his undying love for you, but he also wants to let you know that you are young and hot and beautiful. And one day you will find another love, and that's okay with him too. All right. Even if in life he would have had no part in that, he understands that his life, it's over now. Your life has not ended with his. Even if you're maneuvering through things now that you don't necessarily, you're floundering, like, I don't even know how to find the flow of life again. I can feel this. He says, you've got to find your flow. And it's going to take you to wherever it's taking you. And you better believe, baby, I'm there with you. I'm always with you. He's referencing a tattoo. Do you have matching tattoos, or do you have a tattoo of him? Some kind of thing. He's referencing this like I'm on her skin. I'm always with her. He's letting me know he's always very present with you, love. He's never left. If you can find the time to pencil in some peace and relaxation into your everyday life to just unwind and be in your own energy and move through whatever that is, you're opening up a new bridge of communication for him to be able to reach you. And he can. Sometimes our past loved ones speak and we can hear their voice, their words. We can talk to them in our minds, and it can go back and forth. And honey, this has probably happened to you a few times. He's saying he can count on his hands. A few times where you've gone back and forth, and then later you've said, oh, I'm just making this up. I'm not really talking with him. I must be crazy. It's because I'm grieving. Honey, I got chills from head to toe right now. That kind of stuff. Your husband in spirit says, I try so hard. Let it be what it is. Let our communication grow. Okay. And don't say you're crazy. Don't say you're making it up, because I'm using a lot of energy to bring it to you. And I need you to hold it as truth in your heart, even if you never tell anyone else. That's how our new communication bridge will build and grow together. My son is a tattoo artist, and I wanted to get a tattoo to honor him. He knows about this. He wants you to do that. He knows about the tattoo, and he's very excited. Love. He's bringing me to a necklace as well, honey. So something special for you, for him, whatever. He knows that he's present with you. He wants you to get the tattoo when time is right, when you're feeling like it's the right thing to do. Okay. That is what he says. And honey, I'm going to leave all of his love with you. He says life's not over. The plans, the dreams, the goals that you had, they're just different now. And you get to decide what to keep and what to maybe not continue with. Okay, you're going to have new avenues that are solely for you, that he's going to be walking with you down in his spiritual body. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Michelle. I couldn't let you go. I just felt all this pain, and I need you to know how much he loves you, and he knows how much you love him. You're like, does he know? He knows. Believe me. He said sometimes she don't stop talking to me, telling me how much she loves me and she misses me. And I love to hear that, but I wish that she could hear me tell her back the same thing. It's not the same for me either, but
Right.
this is what we have. And I'll hold on to it if you'll hold on to it. And I'm looking over the path ahead for you, and I want everyone to have better lives. And I'm in the best position from over here to make it happen. I'm like your guardian angel, and I look over everyone that we love, including you, the most, because he loves you the most. That's what I have for you, Michelle. Sending you all the love from the spirit world, darling. Thank you for being here.
Wow. Wow. Well, I got some good news. The
Let's-
Lord of the Wax is back.
Oh, yeah? You mean that
Oh,
sexual icon?
oh yeah. The Lord of the Wax is back.
Here
Right,
he
I'll make
comes.
way to the Lord of the Wax.
Right. Jodie Jenkins first, please. Jodie Jenkins. Right, Jodie, you're giving out so much love to people at the moment, but I'm hearing them saying you're giving out too much. You need to take some stuff, for yourself, because everything is actually you don't have to give everything to have friends. You don't have to buy things to add friends and that. But there is so much going on around you. But the grounding, and I think I've told you about the grounding before, is actually coming in more and more. And if you look here, there is a lady here in the soil, and I do feel this is like you would be saying, you need grounding. And also, if you look just above there, there is like a child with blondish hair that's actually there as well, and they're actually holding on to you, and it feels like you've been like sinking mud. It's like you've been sinking. Um, a lot of things have been bringing you down and weighing you down because you're taking so much on, and uh, you are sinking in like the sinking mud. But there's this youngster here that's actually holding on to you and keeping you above to help and guide you to be able to get out of the awkward situations that you've actually been under. But what they're also doing, the healing and the love that's actually coming around and the brightness that is actually coming around you now is so much, and the love that you share is so much, but you need your own love as well. And they are actually taking you, and people say I'm a bit controversial when I say this, because you know there's baptism in churches, yeah, baptism. Here, I feel this is the baptism of spiritual love and being at one with spirit. And they are actually taking you in of the love of spirit and baptizing you with the love of spirit as well, all around you, and the peace and harmony that you so deserve. And they are actually grabbing you and actually saying, you deserve this, you deserve the love and the light. You've got amazing gifts, and there's still a lot of questions that you want to ask, but it is still, your gifts are so lovely. But please let people take, let people give to you for once, not you keep giving. And I'm going to leave their love with you. Sorry if that sounded a bit having a go, but it wasn't, I can assure you. Right, Peggy McCarthy, please.
Pause. Can I jump in with Jody for a second?
Yeah, sorry.
And Michelle says there's a silver chain that he gave her a week before he passed away. That's beautiful. Thank you, Michelle, for the validation. Jody, I have something for you with Paul as well. You've got Major Arcana card number 14, balance. And I see the masculine and feminine in this card. And I also see like that pyramid down here at the bottom. So we can function our best when we are balanced and we have moderation and equilibrium and all of these things. However, sometimes when we go through like challenging times here, we kind of function from different points of awareness, different places of awareness. For instance, we have seven chakras in the central light column of our chakra system. Okay. And those anchor you into the physical body. So when you're maybe less balanced in some of the lower chakras, then you're not quite as deeply anchored into your physical body. And you might be functioning more so from the upper chakras, up in the spiritual, up in the mental realms, these kinds of things. Sometimes it's easier to function up here, all in the love and light, not so much down in the dense body. Now, what I see here is to recognize, Jody, with your awareness, if you're functioning from your 7 chakras or your lower chakras, or if you're kind of up in the higher chakras and having a hard time keeping your focus, keeping yourself, your thoughts together, feeling like you can, intentionally keep yourself on track here and there. When you recognize like you're having trouble focusing and keeping on track, like that could be a good indicator that you need to pull down and illuminate all of the chakras down to that root and even into your feet. Now, I want to bring to you this, Jody, because I know we've spoken a little bit about this before. So just keeping this in the front of your mind, but also working with the masculine and the feminine hemispheres of your energetic field. Okay, so we have kind of like on this card, you see that Merkaba here. Okay, so you see how these are two interconnected pyramids. for instance. I know it's flat, but it is. Okay. So this top pyramid that points upward sits at the base of your hips. Okay. And it points up to the divine, up towards your, past your head. Okay. That's one of your hemispheres of energy. And that would be your masculine hemisphere of the energy. Okay. So imagine this one with the bottom. This is at your hips, pointing up above your head. This one is at your shoulders, pointing down into the ground. Okay. And that's the feminine hemisphere. Now I want you to get comfortable with one and the other of these separately. Okay. So you'll sit in your own energy, Jody, and say, I'm sensing into the feminine hemisphere. It sits at the base of my hips. It goes up above me, and I'm going to spin it. And you don't have to move your arms, but you can to get it going. Okay. But visualize and feel and sense that you are spinning that hemisphere. Now, after you have a good grasp on that, you can get chills. You can feel the energy moving. Jody, I know you're spiritual. You're following me here. After you have a good grasp on spinning that feminine, then place your focus on that masculine. I'm sorry, the other way around. Shit, that was the masculine. My bad. Focus on the other one. Pointing downward, spin it the opposite direction. Okay, from the shoulders down into the ground, spin it the opposite direction. Get that going, Jody. Once you have that going, bring that top one back in and spin them both at the same time. You can when you're focused and intentional about this. So giving those hemispheres a nice spin through your own intentional focus and direction can help you to feel more grounded, pulled together, and that blend, because they're also saying sometimes we can focus our awareness from the perception of divine feminine instead of a blend of both energies that we have within us, and vice versa. Sometimes that we're functioning from a divine masculine predominantly, and that can throw us out of balance too. So spirit is saying to recognize, to play with these hemispheres, and to blend them both yourself so that you can feel it happening. Jody, I can feel how it's almost like a magnet. Pieces of you are just going to click into place, and it's going to feel so together, and you're going to feel so whole and complete. Spirit wants you to do that. That's what I have for you. I had to jump in.
Right, I'm going to go Peggy McCarthy, if that's okay.
Yes.
Right.
The blabbermouth will be quiet now.
No. Peggy, Cole, do you ever get time to breathe? Because it just looks so busy here, and your mind has been wavering here, there, and everywhere, which, as you can see, it does look very, very busy, but there is a lot of healing and a lot of people actually here around you. If you can look here, and there's one actually, there's something you've done that you're proud you've accomplished, because they're saying, if you look here, there is someone actually got their hands up, and actually as if, yes, I've done it. So there is like a celebration actually coming around at the moment. And I do feel there is a celebration, whether it's a birthday, marriage, or something coming close, or just being around you as well, because this is just a whole load of celebration here that's actually coming for you and being around you at the moment. The love and the healing all coming into one, but there's loads and loads of animals all here around you as well. And I do feel you attract loads of animals around you. But there are people all here, all around you. Oh, wow. That is...
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's not broke then. But yeah, things are actually moving very fast for you. But they are actually saying you do need to slow down a bit as well. You know, do not run before you can walk. They keep on saying, you know, I know spirit like to rush, but you've got to take charge and turn around and say, I'm doing it in my time, because if I do it in my time, then I'll learn more. If not, then it'll just go in and straight out. But like here, everything is starting to shine with you, and you are a shining person. And like, yes, we've spoken and I've given you a message before, but you do attract people and you do show out the love. So much love actually coming out from you is, and spirit is saying, we are just giving you it back, because you deserve to be loved as well. And saying your grandchild is cool. I never thought you was that old. You don't look that old to have a grandchild that old. But no, but things are actually moving nicely for you. The healing is still coming, and it's a bit like a waterfall's actually coming down over you and spreading the rain over you. And that this is the healing rain that's actually coming all down over you and being with you, and you are being at one with spirit as well. And there's people here that are so proud of you, and I do feel your mother is about, and she came in with an apology, but I know that you have forgiven your mother, and because one, you did say it earlier, but I think I've given you a message from your mother before, and she is actually saying, you know, you're an amazing person to be able to forgive people the way you do, and the love that is actually coming here. If you look, there's a lady here who's actually like leaning like over the balcony and looking at a child here, and I feel this is you and your mother, and she's actually saying that is my girl now, and I can actually be happy and I can rest now that things are actually getting better for her, and she's actually coming in to actually thank her for forgiving and the love that she is showing. And she's saying, I'm glad you are not like I was. You are a proper lady. You are someone who people can be proud of and look up to. And I'm going to leave their love with you, and a lot of love actually coming from spirit for you. So yeah, well done, and a lot of love to you, Peggy. And I say bless you for that.
Beautiful message for Peggy. You were saying that she has all this love and light bursting from her, and this card fell, the Nine of Cups. Look at that. That's Peggy right there. Kaboom, with all the light just bursting forth from her, because she has so much love in her heart, so much excitement, so much gratitude, so much joy. This is Peggy and her beautiful, bright energy. I just love how you can just spread this around. This other card that fell is the Seven of Cups now. And this just reminds you to be discerning about where you're going to place all that beautiful energy, because it's not necessarily deserving in every single area that you could possibly flood it into. Okay. I kind of feel, Peggy, how you may encounter, I feel like snooty personalities. That's what I feel like. Snooty personalities. Like you have someone who doesn't have the same level of excitement as you are, and they could potentially put a little bit of dim on your excitement there, you know, rain on your parade just a little bit. And I want to say to you that that's their problem, not yours. Anyone who wants to take you down a notch in your joy and in your happiness, it's because they are lacking in the joy and happiness within themselves. And it bothers them to see it on another. So please don't allow others to wipe the grin off your face, and don't overextend your kindness to those kinds of people that do not return it back to you, Peggy, because you've got many avenues for that to be funneled into that can really enrich your life. That's what I feel, Peggy. So I feel like your discernment's on point. You're not going to waste time with this, that, or the other thing. I just want to remind you, if someone has an attitude or says a little something that you don't like, don't let it ruin your evening. Don't let it ruin your day. You don't have to. All right. You can just put that behind you and continue moving forward in the bright energy that you were already moving in. Okay. That's what I feel for you, Peggy.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was beautiful. Are we ready to do our group messages?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are we going to do this? We're going to let them pick us?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, this deck that I was just using, Carrie, is the Light Seers Tarot. That's the one that I just had up right now. So we're gonna break into our group messages for the end. So you can pick the reader that you would like your message from. If you'd like a message from me, just drop in my name, Heidi. If you would like a message from Paul, drop in Paul. If you would like Luke, drop in Luke, and then we'll see if we can give you a bit of a general message for whomever was drawn to us. So drop that into
And
the
I
chat.
will be using Heidi's cards.
All right. Well, I'll use a different deck then. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. So drop that in, guys. And remember, if you wanted to connect with us, we offer private sessions. We have other ways to meet up. So you would want to connect with us directly. You can message me. You can message Double Trouble at Home to see about connecting. We won't reach out to you. Scammers do that kind of stuff. And if you're drawn to us, we are here for you. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm going to get my cards. It looks like they're dropping it in for us. You guys can take us all if you want, or you can take it as it resonates. That's fine.
Yes, one that's just fallen out, and I think it does resonate, especially from some of the stuff that we've actually spoken about today, which is guilt and shame. And that fell out, and that is just amazing for things. What I see is this, yeah, there is a lot of guilt in, oh, I meant to be picking a name, you know. Let's have a look.
You don't have to give a name. Give it to the people who wanted you. There's several on here. They can all have it.
Yeah, I feel this is for everyone, really. That's actually, I just feel there is a lot of guilt in this world and a lot of regret as well. And I don't feel you should need to live with the guilt and regret. I feel, you know, the spiritual people, be at one with yourself and be at one with spirit, and give your problems to spirit, and they will actually be, you know, they will help you. They will guide you no matter what, whether you feel guilt, whether you feel shame. The love is always coming from spirit. And me in particular, and I hope I talked about Heidi and Luke, we feel the love of spirit, and that the way they actually come in and give you the love and the light and shine on you is out of this world. And I feel everyone you just need to give your problems to spirit, speak to spirit. Spirit is love, spirit is whole, and they come in and they will give you the honest answers. They will always be truthful with you, and they will never lie, you know. And you may feel, well, I don't feel it. It may take weeks, it may take months, but they do always come back with an answer. And the love they do actually share with you is beyond belief. And that they do help. They do help so much. And when you're meditating, they do come and actually help you as well. But what I would say is, when you are in like the dream state, if you do actually remember some of the dreams, write them down. Write them down, and after a few days, look at what you've got and read, and there will be messages in that for you, and that they will answer your messages. And I'm going to leave that love with you and say, bless you. Thank you for allowing me to do this beautiful card. But yeah, we've been speaking about guilt and shame quite a lot today, and for that just to come out, that is amazing.
Thank you, Spirit. And thank you,
and
Paul.
How did I do reading one of your cards?
Fab. Absolutely fantastic. You are on point, sir. And Spirit took you in exactly the right direction. You know that Spirit speaks and says whatever they need to hear. So thank you for your service, Paul. I love you, and I love Luke. Luke, do you want to do your message?
Yeah, I've actually got standing next to me one of my top guides, Rolling Thunder. And he has allowed a number of daddies to come in, fathers that are absent into the spirit world to come through. And they are currently, I've got 6 of them stood in front of me at the moment, and they are all holding hands. And I'm looking at them, and what I can see from them all of their hearts are beating in unison. And as their hearts beat, I'm seeing almost like a funnel. It starts off very tiny, and as it moves away from their body, it gets bigger and bigger. So it's like a funnel shape of pure love energy being sent down to their daughters and their sons that are here on the earth plane. And it is an overwhelming sense of love and admiration, to the point where when I feel this energy coming around me, it makes all my skin tingle. It's like lots and lots of spiders running over your skin. But it's a comforting feeling because it raises the hair on your neck, and it makes you feel all nice and comfy, right? And it is directed to a number of people that's on tonight who have lost their fathers, and they are in unison wanting to know that, to make you aware that they are very much with you, that they make a point of coming in visitation to see how you are doing. And they also want to say, in particular, to one or two people here, that just because you can't see me, just because you can't smell my aftershave or my tobacco smoke or hear my footsteps on your hallway, it doesn't mean I'm not there, because that's when I'm sat down beside you, holding your hand and telling you everything's going to be all right because Daddy's here. So think for a moment before you shed the tears, because they're all saying that I haven't left you. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm only in the room next door, and all you have to do is call for me. Just a case of, Daddy, where are you? And I'll be there, sat next to you, holding your hand. And when you shed those tears, remember, I'm the one that's actually wiping them away, because that's what dads do. And that's for everyone that put their hand up and said, look.
Beautiful.
So I'm here, and the fathers are actually all crying their eyes out now. And they was thinking, actually, it'll be the recipients on the other end having the message. But it's 6 fathers that are stood there, and they're all holding each other's hand, and they're all bawling their eyes out. So, yes, I know the physical pain can be a lot for people to bear, and many people will say to you, "Oh, time's a great healer." Well, do you know what? I want to say from my own experience of losing my father very recently, and Paul losing his mum, time is not a healer, okay? Time is not a healer. What spirit do, and what they do so wonderfully, is they hold you by the hand and they help you take those steps forward, knowing that they're just next door in another room. And when you call them, just like they were on the airplane, they'll come running through, sit by you, take you in their arms, and give you one almighty great big hug. Okay? They're just in a different form. And when a spirit parent touches your side of your face and strokes your face or strokes your hair, it feels just the same as it was when they were there in the physical form. And that I can guarantee, because my father sat with me one night not long after his funeral, and he held me in his arms and he let me bawl my eyes out, and he felt just as solid as the day he was before he passed away. So believe you me, don't listen to these, "Oh, time will heal," or "Haven't you got over it yet?" They haven't got a clue. But you're in a fantastic, unique position, because when Dad says he's next door, he's next door. And that's the same for all you wonderful people out there that may have lost Mum. She's only next door. You just call her by her name and she'll come running in, and she'll give you that almighty great hug and wipe away the tears. And that's my group message for everyone out there.
Like my mum's down in near Thorpe Park in near where I was born, and we're up here in Scotland, and no matter the distance where her ashes are and us here, she'll still find where we are, and she'll still be by my side, no matter the distance or anything. Like we've been giving messages to people in America. Heidi's been giving messages for people in the UK. It doesn't matter how far you are. Our spirit is all together. It doesn't distance. There's no distance in the spirit world. You're all together.
Yes, beautiful. I don't even know how to follow those beautiful messages. You guys are just so awesome. So awesome and inspirational and loving and kind. And, you guys are just fantastic on screen. The love that you have is just evidential and it's beautiful and it warms not only my heart, but the viewers have also said something about it. So thank you guys for everything. If you were drawn to pick me, guys, your card is the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands, as you can see, this person is sitting on her own little meditation cushion. She's in this bubble, this protective bubble of light, kind of on her own. But she worked her way up to get there, okay? So if you were drawn to pick me, Spirit wants to remind you of how hard you worked to get where you're at and that you have free will choice. Just like every other person has free will choice. And sometimes those other people want to point their finger at you. That's these wands that are pointing at this person. How come you're doing something different? How come you're elevating your life? How come you're leaving us in the dust? Why are you setting healthy boundaries? That's not like you. How come you're not the same old person that we expect you to be when you're growing? Number 3, continue growing, continue on your path. They're going to have something to say no matter what, right? People are always going to have something to say. So that's what the word is designed for, is to knock you back into that comfortable box that they prefer that you be in. But I feel that number 3, you're breaking the mold. You don't fit in a box. You know this, you're forging your own path. I just want to say to you, sometimes when you forge your own path, when you're authentic and empowered and you start doing something with yourself or your life, sometimes other people come out the woodwork and they have something to say because they're not comfortable with your success. Why? Because they have not reached for successful heights of their own. I want to remind you that your path is your own. Your choices are your own. You don't have to defer to others or live with the choices that other people want you to be making, okay? You're the only one in your body. And you know how it feels to be in there. And you know how it feels to be living your life and to agree to do things that you don't want to be involved in anymore. You know how that feels bad inside. And sometimes we'll take this because we don't want to cause other people to feel something negative. Okay. But they're not your responsibility. And if your authentic actions are creating that kind of an issue in another person, then that speaks volumes about maybe how to readjust the relationship, maybe other healthy boundaries necessary. I just want to say that we all have to find our own paths. And sometimes the world gets so busy pointing at how you're on the wrong path that we lose sight of where we're even supposed to be. So number 3, focus is on your intentions, your life, your path, your choices. And if others have suggestions, run that by your intuition. And if you agree, then great. But if you disagree, do not defer to others. Your life is yours to control. Number 3, that's what I have for you. And that's what I have for my folks. That's what we have for everyone today. You guys are super awesome. I appreciate you tuning in with all of us. This has been fantastic. And you better believe we will do it again for you probably again next month. Right, guys?
Yep, definitely.
And I want
that very
to...
much.
What was that,
It's
Luke?
been amazing.
Yes, I'd like very much to do this again.
Yes. Our friends are amazing, aren't they? They show up with all the love and we have a great time and it is so absolutely fantastic. If you guys wanted to connect with me or Double Trouble, you can always message my page or come back to this video. I'm going to drop their page right there in the description for you guys so that you can connect with us safely. We appreciate you joining in with us. And I know that I will send you all the love and blessings until the next one. Bye.
And we send a lot of love to you and a big thank you for the people that actually tuned in on the Saturday evening to watch us. It's been amazing. And thank you for the energies, because the energies felt so high with the love of everyone here. And
Absolutely.
if we could share the love like you've shown us today, this world would be amazing. It'd be a beautiful world.
Yes, you guys are fantastic.
Oh, yes. And to all of you people out there that didn't get a message tonight, look us up on our page. We list where we are and what platform we're working on, please do drop in and, give us a go. We might get round to on the next show or the one after that. There's so many of you on here. We'd like to give all of you a message, but we have to bear in mind that we only have a certain time, and we have to do and go where spirit takes us. So perhaps next time will be your time. But for coming and tuning in, we are very, very grateful. That makes all the difference to us.
Yes.
The Three Musketeers are
Oh.
here. Peggy's just put.
The Three Musketeers. Yes. Thank you so much, friends. We love you and we appreciate you, and we cannot wait to see you on the next one.
Definitely.
Bye, guys.